Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kitsamus and we're going to continue the build, still on bag 6 and we're now on step 6. So I'm going to take the shock tower and with the shock bushings pointing towards me, we need to fit the spacers to the rear. So these are the rear wing mount spacers. I will place those on there. The rear wing mounts need to insert into them. And everything fits together very nicely. And then, having inserted those to the rear of the shock tower, I'm just holding them in place. And we've now got 4 M3x20 screws to insert. So, push them all into the holes. And then use my trusty hex driver just to nip them all up. And if we get all of them started first of all, just make it easier just to hold things together. Go. Now we tighten them up. So with these M3x20s, it should be a very secure rear wing. It'll all fit together very nicely, and so we just do it the other side. And then we're going to mount this onto the gearbox assembly. We've got 4 M3x12s for this. And then we're going to bring the chassis back into play and we're going to mount this to the rear of the chassis. It's going to start to look more like a vehicle. So let me just pause. You don't need to watch me putting all these screws in. There we go, and as if by magic all the screws are in. And then with the brace facing us, I'm going to put the rear shock mount onto the upper gearbox, so like so. And then we've got 4 of the M3x12s to put in. And looks like access to those is good. Just start the thread on the first one. There we go. And then we're going to put the other 4 in. And again, you don't need to watch me put 4 screws in, so I'll pause and we'll come back when it's done. There we go. So we've now fitted the 4 screws here, here, here and here, and the shock tower is nicely secured. So we're going to bring the chassis back into play and just got to position the rear bumper back on. At the minute there's nothing holding it in place. And then we're going to put the gearbox assembly over the top like so. And once we've done that, I'm going to turn the whole assembly over. And the rear 2 screws, the hole's just there, we're going to insert countersunk M3x16s in there. It's going to hold the rear down, and then we've got 6 M3x10s that we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 those locations there. So I'll just pause that and we'll come back when they're all in. Right, so I've inserted all the screws. Obviously we've got the M3x16s in the rear. We're not putting anything into those holes there on this particular one. It was those 4 M3x10s, and then into the front 2, that's where we locate the gearbox support. Now if we flip it over, what have I done differently? Well, my logic said if you're using a longer gearbox, then to fit onto the same chassis you'll use the short of the braces, but actually it's the longer of the braces that's fitted here. Guessing it's something to do with flex packaging, stuff that is way above my level of knowledge. But anyway, now assembled, looking absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to completing this now. So yeah, tune in next time and see how we get on, and please do subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.